Alright, look, I'm impressed I made it. I made it through the goddamn program with all the goddamn rules. Alright, like, there were just rules I didn't even mention in here. Like, I was sitting next to a friend of mine, happens to be male, right? On the same sofa, reading an AA book. Innocent. And they gonna come by and say, you can't sit on the same sofa because you're a female, he's a male. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a co-ed residential treatment program. We're just sitting here. I thought, let it go, Minny, let it go. Okay, so I was upset, all right? Because I had to spend $1.83 per package of Skittles. That's a lot, all right? Just saying. And why can't I order them from Amazon, which would be cheaper, right? I was like, who's in charge here? I'm going to take numbers, I'm going to take names. I want to change this rule. So then I was like, I don't like this rule that I can't be on social media. Where do you have that written? He was like, well, we don't. I'm like, then how are we supposed to know we can't be on social media? Then I'm like, well, how are you going to police that? And he's like, well, we're not. And I'm like, well, why do you got to have the rule in the first place if we can't police it? On this episode of Minnie's World, Minnie goes to rehab. All right, so meanwhile, wait, what the hell? Okay, right. So my friend Lilith invites me on a church tent revival, and it was awesome, except for the fact that I literally almost died on the way there. I thought I put the car in park. It was in reverse. Not a good scene. Not a good start of the weekend. All right, so meanwhile, the car is going, in reverse, down a hill, into a ravine. I kid you not. All right, it was like, I thought I was Wonder Woman or something. Later, my daughter was like, Mama, why did you try to do that? I was like, I don't know. I thought I could stop a moving car. All right, so I show up, all bloody. I am bloody. I have scars. The car literally threw me several feet. Okay, I was 101 pounds, all right? I know that because when I checked in the rehab, it was 101 pounds. I was like, what? Yeah, I should not have tried to stop a moving car. No. So then, I don't know what to expect. I'm literally checking myself in because I have to give up wine. Oh, it's a sad day, yeah. Lupus does not like wine, and I have autoimmune hepatitis, which, again, does not like wine. It literally just means that my body thinks that my liver is an enemy, and it will attack it and continue to attack it until perhaps my liver fails. Therefore, I can't help it out with wine. So that's how I ended up in rehab. Mother effer, I'm trying to sit on this rock and I can't, and it hurts my bum, so that ain't gonna work. Alright, so then I'm like, wait a minute. My interim counselor, because my other counselor I love, but this other counselor's like, you can only have the computer pass when I say so. I'm like, huh? Where is that in writing? It has to be in writing. Patients don't understand this shit. Then they're like, well, yeah, you can't have candy from Amazon. I'm like, oh, I agree with that. I gotta spend all this money on candy. Oh, and you can't eat in your room. I'm like, huh? What? I can't eat candy at night in my room? What if I wanted to have a midnight snack? I'm like, there's just too many fucking rules in this place. I'm gonna leave. Okay, so first day in, I see computers. I'm like, oh, I still have access to the internet. And they're like, oh yeah. And then they're like, oh, and then you can also have your phone. I was like, oh, I can still have my phone. And then, they're like, you can order from Amazon. I'm like, oh, hallelujah, 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 Amazon. So then I find out, no, they have rules around this shit. They're like, oh, you can't get food from Amazon. I'm like, what? No, you have to pay $2 per piece of candy or what the fuck ever, snacks. I'm like, that's expensive. Why can't I order from Amazon? It's a third party. They are not putting drugs in the shit from Amazon. I don't agree. All right, so that was like rule number 1. Okay. Then I get this counselor and she's shitty. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a doctor or anything, but she's shitty. And these are all the reasons why she's shitty. I don't like her. Replace All right. So Minnie got to be Minnie. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write up a grievance. Yeah, no, it's not like a little blurb on the grievance forms they give you. It's a 5-page grievance, and I included organ administrative rules, and I tied together with my rights as a patient. And so that's kind of what happened. I was like, why are you gonna give us a vending machine and then all the Skittles are gone and all the Snickers are gone and everybody's upset because you don't have enough candy and we can't order candy from Amazon? I was like, I know it's petty at this point. I'm sober, mother effer. I'm sober and I want my candy because, interesting thing, if you drink too much and then you deprive your body of alcohol, it craves sugar. And in my case, that was Skittles. Funniest thing of the day in rehab, stop it, was roll call. I kid you not. That's the funniest. Yes, we must be bored. Like, fuck, we have no vices. We're in goddamn rehab. Okay, roll call's the funniest part of the goddamn day. All right, go with it. All right, so they would, call the first name like Ryan M. or Kathy S. or, whatever. And I was Minny M. And so after your name, you could say here, or you could say something, creative. Like this one person, they would say his name and he would say Ghostbusters. And we would say, who you gonna call? Okay, here, stop it. All right. So meanwhile, they would say Minny M, Minnie Mallery. And I would say M&M for my initials. But for some reason, they all overrode it for a while because after I would say M&M, they would all say Skittles. That's how much candy I ate in rehab. Kid you not. Skittles. That's my nickname. All right, so then my counselor goes on vacation and she leaves this interim counselor in charge. I cannot stand her. All right, I love everyone, like usually. I mean, most usually, sort of, kind of. I love everyone usually. But she was horrible. And then she took away my computer passes and said that I couldn't be on social media. And I was like, no. All right, so I'm back home. I had a wonderful experience and met some lovely lifelong friends. I learned a lot about how I need to kind of stop shoving my feelings down and I need to experience them more. Trauma is real. Trauma is the number one reason for addiction. So you gotta kind of face it, and that's kind of what I'm doing. Facing my trauma, learning new things, meeting new friends, and right now life is beautiful. It's wonderful, and it's never too late to change your life. Until next time, guys. See you soon.